Hi guys, welcome to Netgate Chemistry. So in this video we are going to discuss about the orthogonal wave functions, and with that we will start with eigenvalue equation. So first of all we will start with orthogonal wave functions. Now what are orthogonal wave functions? So before that, if you remember the +1 physics, then you will be familiar with this dot product of a vector and b vector, that was represented by a into b into cos theta, right? This was about the dot product. So when we get the value of theta equals to 90 degree, when theta is equals to 90 degree, so we have discussed in the first video of quantum the value of sine and cos and also tan theta, I think, or maybe sine and cos theta. So from there you would remember that cos of 90 degree is equals to 0, right? So when theta equals to 90 degree, so cos 90 will become equals to 0, right? So what happens in that case, a and b, the dot product of these two vectors comes out to be 0. So this is the condition for orthogonality of two vectors. When two vectors are at 90 degrees, that is, suppose this is a vector, okay, this is a vector and this is b vector. If they are at 90 degrees, that means they are orthogonal vectors, right? So this is the condition for orthogonal vectors. Similarly, if we are discussing two wave functions, suppose those two wave functions are psi m and psi n. If we want to find out the condition for orthogonality of these two wave functions, so what happens in that case, psi m into psi n d tau integration, that is going to be equal to 0, okay? So this will be the condition for orthogonality in case of the wave functions. If two wave functions are orthogonal to each other, so what will happen, they will follow this particular formula. This is the condition for orthogonality of two wave functions. So psi m and psi n will be orthogonal if they follow this equation, okay? Also you can say that if we take psi m star psi n d tau, okay, that will be equal to 0, or psi m psi n star d tau, that is also going to be equal to 0. So what that basically shows us is that if psi m is here and psi n is here, so if the two wave functions are at 90 degree with each other, they are said to be orthogonal wave functions. So this is all about the orthogonality of the wave functions, right? So now we'll move on to the next topic, that is eigenvalue equation. So now what is eigenvalue equation? Now suppose we have a cap, this is any operator, and we are going to apply this operator on any wave function. Suppose psi is the wave function. So you have a wave function and you apply any operator on that wave function and you solve it. After solving, you are going to get your wave function back along with some constant. Here a is your small a is your constant. So what happens, this is said to be an eigenvalue equation. Here small a is your constant, psi is your wave function, and this is your operator. So you have a wave function, you apply some operator on that wave function and you solve. So after solving, you get your wave function back along with some constant value. So this is said to be an eigenvalue equation, and this constant which you are getting along with your wave function after solving, this is known as eigenvalue, okay? This constant will represent the eigenvalue. So for example, in order to understand this, you can have an example. Suppose I am taking any wave function psi that is given by 4e to the power 2x, and we have an operator d by dx. Now what we have to do, we have wave function and we have to apply the operator on that wave function. So 4e to the power 2x, we have to apply operator, that is d by dx, and now we have to solve this. So how we solve this, this 4 is a constant, it will come out, okay, and we have to do the d by dx of e to the power 2x, right? So 4 d by dx of e to the power 2x. So it will be e to the power 2x multiplied by differentiation of 2x, that is 2. So overall you will get 4 into 2, 8 e to the power 2x on solving. So when you have solved d by dx of 4 e to the power 2x, what you have got? 8 e to the power 2x. You have the wave function psi as 4 e to the power 2x. So you can write 8 as 4 e to the power 2x into 2, right? So this is your psi, right? This is your psi along with some constant a, right? So this is your a operator along with some wave function psi. So a psi is giving you your wave function back along with some constant. Now this constant a which you are getting as 2, this is your eigen value. Okay, and this is the eigenvalue equation. So what you have to do, you will be having any wave function and an operator. You have to apply that operator to the wave function and then solve. After solving, you will be getting your wave function back along with some constant. Remember, you should get some constant and not any variable, like x. Okay, so that constant value will be giving you the eigenvalue for that wave function. If you are getting variable also along with some constant and with your wave function, then that means that wave function is not following your eigenvalue equation. Okay, also if you're not getting your wave function back after solving, then also that wave function psi is not going to follow the eigenvalue equation. So in for any wave function psi to follow eigenvalue equation, after solving you should get your wave function back along with constant and not having any variable along with psi. So that way it will be following the eigenvalue equation. Okay, so this is all about the eigenvalue equation. Now after eigenvalue equation, we will move on to the topic of degenerate and non-degenerate eigen functions. Now what are degenerate and non-degenerate eigen functions? So basically, suppose we have two wave functions psi a and psi b. These are two wave functions, and on these two wave functions we are applying operator a operator. Okay, so when we are applying this a operator on psi a, that is a operator is applied on psi a, after solving you are getting a into psi a, that is some constant along with your wave function back. And also when you apply this operator on wave function psi b, so one by one we are applying this operator on these two. So when you are operating this operator on psi b, so what you are getting, we are applying operator on psi b, and on solving we are getting the wave function back along with some constant b, right? So what happens if this a and b, okay, after solving this a and b, they come out to be equal, then eigenfunctions psi a and psi b, these are called as degenerate eigenfunctions. Okay, and if a is not equal to b, then psi a and psi b are non-degenerate eigenfunctions. So basically here what we have done is, we were having psi a and psi b as two wave functions. Okay, and we had an operator a operator. First we operated this operator on wave function psi a, and after solving we got constant small a with psi a, and then what we did, we operated a operator on psi b, and on solving we got constant along with psi b. So if after solving these two you are getting these two constants as equal, then the wave functions psi A and psi B, these are degenerate eigenfunctions. And if A and B are not equal, then psi A and psi B are non-degenerate eigenfunctions. So this is all about degenerate and non-degenerate eigenfunctions. So we'll try to cover Hermitian operators in next video. So in this video we have studied about the orthogonal wave functions and the eigenvalue. Also the type of eigenfunctions, that is degenerate and non-degenerate eigenfunctions. In the next video we will start with the topic of Hermitian operators. So far that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.